Hello, welcome to Devotions with EB again today. I hope you're all well. I pray that you will be blessed as I share with you today. Today I'll be sharing on the topic, What is in thine hand? In the book of Exodus chapter 4, Moses had just been given a commission to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. The Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians, and so this task at this point in time was like trying to free the slaves of a superpower, going to their prison and releasing their prisoners. Egypt was the then superpower of the world. This was a very huge task, and though Moses believed in the power of God, he wondered if the people he was being sent to would actually believe him. And so Moses asked God, how will these people believe me? How will they be sure that I have the credentials and the authority to deliver this task? What will be my credentials to justify that I have been duly assigned, commissioned, and are capable of the task in question? And so Moses asked the question in Exodus chapter 4 verse 1. And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord has not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is in thine hand? And he said, A rod. I'm sure Moses must have wondered, what is the relevance of the question that God was asking him, and what was the connection with the rod in his hand? This rod was just a shepherd's rod. This particular rod was the tool of Moses' trade at this point in time. From Prince of Egypt, Moses had become a shepherd in the wilderness. How are the mighty fallen? But he had run away from Egypt and fled from the wrath of Pharaoh to escape punishment because he had killed an Egyptian, and the penalty for that was death. And so I want to ask you today, friend, what have you done that is still making you feel so guilty? If you have repented and asked God for forgiveness, it is finished. God still wants to use you. You are a candidate for great exploits. Get off the self-condemnation trip and make yourself available to God. And so God took this rod that was Moses and empowered him and gave Moses a demonstration of the potential of that rod. Whatever God has given to you, when it is empowered, it becomes a totally different thing. And when the rod was cast to the floor, it became a serpent, and even Moses fled away from it. God's specialty is to empower the normal and the common and make it mighty. That is what he wants to do with you and I for his glory. God told Moses to throw the rod on the floor, and it became a serpent, and Moses ran away. Many of us underestimate the power of what God has put in our hand. And so I ask you today, what has God put in your hand? What is in thy hand? Who are you? And you may say, I'm just a domestic worker. I'm just a gardener. I'm just a mother. I don't have any job. I don't even have any skill. I'm a businessman. I'm a trader. I'm a teacher. I'm a politician. I'm an intellectual. I'm a student. I'm a farmer and a baker. The list is endless. But can I tell you something? You are a candidate for great exploits. Everyone has something in their hands. And if you say, I don't even have anything in my hand, do you know what? Even Moses' bare hands were empowered by God. God told him in verse 6, and the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put out thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, his hand was leprous as sore. Even your bare hands can be empowered by God. Ask God to use you. These hands belong to you, O Lord. Empower them and use them for your glory. So Moses' rod became the instrument of power that turned into a snake that swallowed up the snakes of Egypt's magicians, and at the Red Sea parted the water, an ordinary shepherd's rod. What is your rod? Identify it. Learn to use it correctly. Master it accurately and allow God to administer it and to achieve all that is required. I ask you again, what is in your hand? Recognize it, understand it, give it to God, and begin to use it. You are already equipped for your assignment. I'd like you to pray this prayer with me. Oh God, please help me to identify what you have put in my hand and to use it to the fullest. I give it to you, Lord. Please superintend over it for your praise and glory and for the expansion of your kingdom to the ends of the earth. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. God bless you.